This video is going to be on what makes us unique when it comes to dealing with the low back, palpating, and adjusting. So when I think there's something in the low back that needs to be moved, I always like to double check it. And I like to do that with most of the different areas of the spine. Whether it's the neck, the middle of the back, or the low back, I always like to palpate it 2 or 3 different ways before I actually go about adjusting or manipulating it. So the actual way that I double check the low back looks like this. So after I put you in a seated scan and we both kind of feel that there's something in the low back that doesn't move as well as it should, we put you on your side. I take both your legs. I place my hand right here on the spine again, and we just induce or make up what's called lateral flexion. And so what I'm checking is just to make sure that the same spot that I found on the seated scan is moving or not moving. Now let's just take, for example, that this spot right here on my middle finger didn't move the way that I thought it should move. After that, I would double check by moving your legs back, creating a little bit of extension, moving your legs forward, and this is just checking multiple planes of motion. Again, just seeing what's going to be the most effective way to move it. And after we figured out, let's say, it's this spot and it doesn't like to move when she comes forward into flexion, that's where I would keep your leg. We'd bend one leg up. And here's the other part that I would check. After I figured out that it doesn't like this part, I double check by bracing and pushing your knee back. And this is just creating what's called a shear. It's just adding that level of confidence saying, this is the spot that we need. So up here, spine moves. Right here, right where I thought that middle finger was, it's not moving as well. The spot below it, moving a little bit better than the spot right here. So we felt it 3 different ways. We figured out, okay, this is the one that's the biggest culprit, so let's go ahead and move it. Now, there's many different ways to go about moving that section of spine. The first way that I'm going to show is probably what people are most used to. Some patients call it the pretzel, you can call it whatever you want, but we basically maintain this position. I take contact on the arms. I basically put my hand right along the part of the spine that we do need a movement. I roll the patient underneath me, and some people describe it as just dropping your body weight on the patient. So we just roll over, and from there, we would drop. Again, she doesn't actually have anything, so I'm not going to do anything. Now, the second way that we can go about moving something is just changing how the setup is and what I use, what part of my body that I use to help move that part of your spine. So the second way involves scooting the hips underneath so that the leg that I was using before to block like this and shear now rests at about a 90-degree angle. Your torso stays the same. My hand contact is similar, but now my leg is going on top of her leg. So I lean up against my table, I take contact here with my leg, my hand goes to that section of spine again. Now this one deals with torque. So I basically feel right where your muscles want to engage. I wait a little bit, and then from there, my foot is kicking straight down, and at the same time, I pull. So this one might be a little bit gentler to some patients, and they might like it better than again, some people put it being put in the pretzel and having a guy jump on. Some people prefer that. Again, I'm just doing these video series to demonstrate both what makes us unique and to show that there's so many different ways to go about moving something. So if you like something, we can do it for you. If you don't like something, we can have plenty of different ways that we can go about actually helping you the way that you want to be helped. So those are 2 ways to move the low back. Again, there's more than this, but for the purpose of this video, we'll leave it at that.